All right, so we back. Dre started us off. What we talking about today, man?
Something that's been on my mind for years. You know,
Okay.
something that's been baffling me. Observations I've been seeing around is like,
Okay.
I never understood why, people bring their girls to the park
Okay.
to watch them ball and stuff.
Yeah.
I've never done that personally. Like,
Yeah, I know that.
you feel me? I always found it corny.
Okay.
Like, what is this, a show and tell? Like, you know what I mean? You need validation for everybody to see that your girl look good. Like, so.
Wow, we talking tough.
Yeah, man, I never understood that ever. And like, if I want to elaborate about my game, I'll screen record something from Can't Fake the Tape or
and show it
whatever,
to 'em that
and
way.
send it to him, or just
Okay.
say like, yo, listen, shorty, I got buckets today, like, or babe, like, you know what I'm saying? But I never brought a chick to come watch me play.
Okay.
But I never understand why people do that.
Okay, let's start here.
Yeah.
So, bringing your girl to the park, you say it's a no-no.
Yeah, it's corny.
It's corny. Okay. Okay, it's corny. All right, so when guys bring their girl to the park, you think they trying to show up on the court, or they just want to impress their girl, or what do you think it is?
No, I think they want to do show and tell, like we in kindergarten, like, oh, like act like you've been here before, like, you know what I mean? You want everybody to look at your girl and lust over your girl and stuff. That never did that for me anyway. Like, I would think that she would say like, your word is your bond, if you was killing or not. But there's a difference between bringing your girl to the park and bringing her to like a men's league game.
I was about to ask my next question.
You know what I'm saying? So it's totally different.
So if it's a league game, it's different?
Yeah, because everybody's there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Your girl's going to be the only one in the park watching you play.
Yeah.
And then everybody else just looking and salivating. So now when I score on you, I'm going to look at her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, it's crazy.
So somebody brings their girl to the park, right?
Yeah.
Are you trying to go at them more, or are you just letting them chill, or what?
It's not personal, it's business, definitely. Like, you know what I mean? I'm a show off. I'm going to go at you a little bit.
Yeah.
It's free game, because
Yeah.
obviously you want the attention, you feel me?
Yeah.
And she want the attention and stuff like that. So yeah, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go a little harder, prove a point. How about you? Like, what you think about that?
I personally never brought my girl, my wife, anyone to the park.
Yeah.
Because one, they don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't care. I could say I had 100 points. I could say I had 0 points. They could care less.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I personally wouldn't do it. Yeah, I honestly don't see the point. I mean, if your girl like basketball, she like basketball. She want to come support you. She want to come support you. But I just think the park is kind of like, it's like guys out there. We talk guy stuff. You know what I mean?
Like the barbershop.
Yeah, that's
Exactly
a perfect
like the
example.
barbershop.
The
Yeah,
court,
like the barbershop.
The courts are the new barbershop.
Yeah.
Like,
Facts.
It's always been like the barbershop.
Yeah,
we talk about our weeks. We gotta relieve ourselves. Like, we get stressed off. We talk between the games. Honestly, we playing a lot of games, but we also talk
about different things like business and different careers and stuff.
We networking.
Yeah,
you know
networking.
What I mean?
You know what I mean? And also everybody asking me what I did the night before,
Yeah,
partying and stuff like that. So I just think that, you know what I mean? It's just something that I don't seem cool. It's kind of weird. Like, you want attention. Like I said earlier, show and tell. So, and that's how I feel about it.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna get to the next topic real quick. What do you think? So we talk about basketball here. We talk about pickup games. We talk about parks, leagues. We talk about all that stuff. We talk about all that stuff. So let's talk about good runs versus bad runs.
Okay.
Good competition versus bad competition. What would you call a good competition? Like a good run at a park, and what would you call a bad run at a park?
First thing, a good run at a park would be everybody's playing both sides of the floor.
Okay.
So with full court games, you go to certain parks. Some people prefer 4-on-4 basketball, and other parks prefer straight 5-on-5. Like, listen, I played organized ball my whole life, so I always automatically want to play organized ball.
Okay.
So with a good run considered 5-on-5 is like everybody's playing both sides, not apple picking, playing good defense or whatever, and there's not weak basketball players.
Okay.
IQ, low IQ stuff. So that's what I would determine a good run from a bad run.
Okay. So I say a good run, it starts with intensity, like you were saying. Intensity on both sides of the court. It's usually people talking crazy, but they backing it up.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's bringing the best out of everyone. It's also the type of games where, if you lose, you're going to be waiting a long time, or you might as well just go home.
Yeah. Facts, certain parks,
So, like, the talent level is really high. You know what I mean? For a park, anyway, it's really high talent level, high IQ, like you said. A lot of team ball, not a lot of selfish play, because everybody wants to win the game.
Exactly.
No one trying to showboat for anyone. It's usually straight buckets.
Buckets.
Not many highlights, straight buckets.
And a legit workout. And my thing of a bad run is like, the weak competition and nobody's getting back on defense. and then ill-advised shots and passes. Like,
yeah.
You know, and I don't want to bring up Steph Curry destroy basketball type of thing, but yo, you got guys shooting 35-foot jump shots.
That can't make them.
That can't make them. Half-court shots.
Not hitting that.
Missing layups and stuff like that. We are a whole human, but you know, with a good run, when you're expecting good runs, you have higher expectations for everybody.
I was going to say that.
And then with bad runs, you have low expectations, or where people just literally doing it for fun. Even though it's both fun, but good runs, they take it serious.
Okay, so what would be an advantage of playing basketball in a bad run, or do you have an advantage?
So with a bad run, an advantage would be working on some moves.
I was going to say that.
Yeah, working on some moves or whatever, some passes or whatever, just working on your game, taking tougher shots that you might not usually take in a 5-on-5 run. And also, too, like, just a workout.
Yes.
So just going up and down. Listen, also, a 9 to 5. I ain't got to worry about getting hit a certain way or pushed a certain way. The competition's not hard, not playing a lot of defense and stuff like that. So I think with a bad run, it's just working out. What you think?
Okay, so I would agree with that. I say, like, with a bad run, what I tell people is you can always work on your game no matter what, no matter the talent level. If you're playing against weaker competition, what I like to do is work on my right hand more. I like to make right hand layups. I like to get people involved. If I can make a bad teammate play really good, or someone who isn't really good in basketball and make them better, that's really showing that I know the game. And I'm trying to develop somebody. You know what I mean? So like I said, I always work on different moves, shooting from different spots I would normally not shoot at. You know, defense is defense. I'm not playing too much defense in a bad run. I'm not trying to get hurt. But like I said, I'm working on my right hand. I'm working on finishing my right hand with contact, stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I think that's the advantage of weaker run.
Have you ever not wanted to go to somewhere in particular because of it might be a bad run before?
Yeah, but I'll go if like people really want to go. But I'm not gonna go if I know the park's gonna be packed and it's gonna be a bad run. If it's a packed court and it's bad runs, I'm not going. If it's a packed court and it's good runs, I know I gotta bring that A game. You know what I mean? So I don't mind. So what? So I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Would you rather stay at a weaker run game if you know the wait time wasn't that long, or wait a long time, but if it's gonna be a really good game all day?
Listen, I'm a competitor.
Yeah.
So I'll wait. Okay. Because listen, so we just gotta lock in when we play ball.
Correct.
That's it. Like, I'm a perfectionist at heart, and I want to work at my craft and stuff. So listen, when we get on the court, fellas, we gotta play all out hard. And listen, if we lose, we might have to go to the bad run after. Exactly. And I've done that before, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Lost at a park. And damn, I'm not gonna get back on and stuff. Yeah, might have to go to another particular park and just run because you're already amped up in that mood to play. Yeah.
So it sounds like you're saying is you like the competitive nature of the game, and it brings the best out of you.
Exactly.
And like honestly, what I heard you were saying too is basically like everyone holds everyone accountable for the game.
Exactly.
Because the runs are like, all right, everybody got to pull their weight. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that.
Exactly.
And that's another thing about good runs too. You're usually gonna have. Everyone's going to go more into a role player type. Everyone's going to have their role. So some people are going to be scorers, defenders, people that rebound, assist. When it's the weaker run, you could be a star. You can do everything. You know,
you could be Kobe.
Yeah, you
taking fadeaway jump shots, running out of bounds, and 30-foots and stuff like that. So if I'm in that mood, then I'll go to that. But if I'm not in that mood, I'm literally trying to get a good run in and a good workout, then I know which kind of runs I will prefer to go to.
Okay. So the last topic I want to get on is one-on-ones.
Okay.
So when I was growing up, one-on-ones is straight. You playing a 7, 11, 16, and it was straight up. You miss a shot, you get the rebound, you go back up, all this. But now the one-on-ones evolved into a 3 dribble.
1-3 dribble. Okay.
If you miss, you change possession.
Exactly.
So what are your thoughts on one-on-ones, and what do you think is the advantage or disadvantage of either style?
First of all, my personal experience, I am not a one-on-one player at all. Like, you know what I mean? I'm more of a up and down, 4-on-4, 5-on-5. But one-on-one with these different rules with the 2 dribble max, 3 dribble, sometimes even 4 dribble max, we can actually work on your craft and your handles and stuff. Listen, that's a grind. You know what I mean? And that's where it goes back to what we said in the other segment, is that you're perfecting your craft.
Yes.
I don't necessarily believe if you beat somebody one-on-one that you're better than them. What do you think about that, dog?
I just think that proves that you're a better one-on-one player.
Okay,
doesn't mean you're a better player. It means you're a better one-on-one player. And like you were saying, like the one thing I don't like about the 3 dribbles is it's not realistic basketball to me. I mean, it's good to work on certain moves because you may want to, work on certain moves. But usually people that play 3 dribbles, are the same ones that's dribbling out the ball, running down court, dribbling from side to side, doing that. But then one-on-one, they doing what they're supposed to do. But in full court, they're not playing like that.
So now, hold on. That's where we could kind of go into something else that you're feeding into. The difference between street ball and organized ball. Mm-hmm. So to me, like somebody who's consistently want to play one-on-one or whatever, you're working on your craft, that's more of a street ball thing.
Yeah.
So do you think that street ball players are organized better? What's the difference? What would you say is the difference between organized basketball players and street ball basketball players? And can they play both?
I would say organized player is more focused on their skills, more focused on their talent. They put in the reps in the gym. They focus on their craft. They really focus on their craft.
Yeah.
Not saying a street ball player doesn't, but I feel like an organized player really focuses in and hones in on their craft. Street ball players out for like the highlights, ISO. Like it's not realistic. Like if you go to a gym and you see somebody ISO on every time they bring the ball up and they take a shot. They bring the ball up, they shoot the ball. That's not realistic.
Yeah.
Organized player is gonna run the offense, pass, screen the opposite way, certain things like that. Call directions, but not all about themselves. Street players are a little bit more selfish than organized player, but an organized player can't be selfish as well.
I would say this about the difference between a street ball player and an organized basketball player. Street ball players go to battle.
Okay.
Organized basketball players go to war. Because it's more IQ.
I like that.
You get what I'm saying?
I like that.
So when street ball player, it's a battle. Oh, I'm gonna prove to you that I'm better. Nah, listen, organized basketball player. Listen, you got to deal with the refs.
Yeah.
Defensive 3 seconds, strategies, and all that other stuff. And I feel like a street ball player will get more frustrated if they're not scoring or whatever. Organized basketball player, listen, it's 36 minutes of this, 48 minutes of this. I'm gonna come back down, eventually get my bucket. It's the whole ground. So that's how I feel like is the difference between street ball players and organized. Is street ball players a battle? I'm gonna prove to you. Organized basketball, listen, I'm gonna win the war.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? More of a system.
So who do you think is easier to adapt? You think it's easier for a street ball player to adapt to organized, or a professional or organized player to adapt to street ball?
I think it's hard for a street ball player to go to more organized because they're playing under the whistle.
Okay.
So if you're in a defensive set street ball, you can sit in the paint all day. You got to worry about defensive 3 seconds and stuff like that in a whistle. You're making your own calls.
Okay.
So I think it's definitely harder for a street ball player to transition to organized. What do you think?
Nah, I agree with that. That whistle is different, man. Because you can use that whistle to your advantage. If you're smart, you can use it to your advantage. So, like, I'm a shooter. So, if I'm playing under the whistle and my shot's not going, I'm going to go to the rim more. Exactly. I don't even like to drive that much. So, if my shot's not falling, I'm going to go to the rim, get the bump. I'll get my two at the line.
Exactly,
you know what I mean? So, use that things to your advantage. You know what I mean? Like, people in the street ball, they used to hacking people.
Hacking it.
If they don't call it, you ain't calling it, it's our fault. Like, that's not how it really works. You know what I mean? So, organized player really can use the whistle to advance, like you just said, like with fouls, using the clock, using the half court line, the traps, all that stuff. You know what I mean? So that's honestly what I think about it.
Okay, cool. And I think we'll make one more point is that organized basketball players could use street ball too for the physicality of the game.
Yes.
Too, like the beat downs, to getting pushed and getting grabbed.
Because if they use it in street ball, they're not getting those calls.
Yeah.
And the game's gonna make it easier because you're gonna get those calls. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So,
I agree.
That's all good, man. Yeah, I definitely agree with that, man.
Yeah, so that's all we got for y'all today right now.
Yes,
we appreciate y'all for checking out the channel. It's John_Pride.
Get right, Dre.
Make sure you follow us on all social medias. Make sure you follow the page.
Definitely.
Can't Fake the Tape, all one word, on all social medias. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. It helps the channel out tremendously. We love and appreciate y'all. Blessings. Have a good one.
Be easy.
Peace.